Monsoon Mausam. Falling through the earth, falling through matter, falling into my body, falling into lightness, the intensity of touch falling, falling as passing through space, falling as submission, surrender, everything falling away. Falling rain, falling sun, falling outside time, falling breath, trusting in falling, falling into embrace. My name is Claire Baker, and this is my exhibition, Monsoon Mausam. I made all of this work over 2 years outside in the Western Ghats. I have been drawing the monsoons in New Mexico in the US for years. And there, everyone told me I had to come to India for the real monsoons. So, as luck would have it, I fell in love with somebody from India, and I ended up here. Now I know what real monsoons are. I've hung the first monsoon cycle as the first work when you enter the exhibition. It is currently monsoon time, and outside is silver light. And I want to carry the viewer from the outside into the inside silver. As you'll see, the weather evolved and the palette changed with it. The palette changed as the grass dried and the sky became warm. The material is all of the earth, of the body of the earth. This dark purple-brown is of the land where I was working. This is one storm. It was slow in the beginning, one drop at a time. I waited for hours, and then a breeze came, and the earthen material accumulated in that breeze. Meanwhile, a peacock sat in the tree, eyeing me and swaying, and we both waited. And several hours later, the sky began to gush. All the rain came at once. All the works are in series in order to experience, to unfold for the viewer in time and space. There's a sculptural energetics in the material itself. It's motion that I'm experiencing with my body, wind, a bird, grass blowing, that triggers the mark. The material itself is mutable, and it is made of stone, earth, mineral, as I said. It accumulates as matter, and it also dissolves into the air of the space. The air and the atmosphere, together with the line, are the core form in all the works. I want to give the viewer a feeling of the air in which I was. Here it was fire at night, fire puncturing the dark hills and forming a constellation. Some surfaces are about erasure. I want to reduce the marks in the painting as much as possible almost like haiku. This is a single petal in the breeze, whereas this work brings in all the elements that are changing. The green of the growth of the rain, the brown of the retreat. This is the turning of that change. All the work is really about change. And the change in the material you see here between the stone and the air. These are flecks of malachite suspended in air. And that change is embedded within the material as well. This particular orange changes. So you can see it browning. So the petals are retreating. And that is conceptually in the painting as well. At the height of the rain, the green is engulfing. The rain is not just about the rain, it's about the life that the rain brings. And here you can see how the painting is essentially drawing in 3 dimensions. I'm drawing in relief here. It's all one ochre, but there's a rise and fall of sensation through the density of the touch, through the sharpness and the roughness. And the ground is getting solidified and picked up in this mark. So you get the solidity of the green, you get the green crumbling into dust, and then you get the green as air. I like to use the word energy rather than force or nature, because I'm really thinking about sentience and what is alive, what is existence, what does it mean to be alive on Earth now, today, in our current changing relationship to Earth. And this is very much about the burst of energy, the electric burst of the green. And those few blossoms that anyone in Maharashtra knows after the rain at the peak. This singular blossom is caught in a fading, smoky darkness. And this painting for me is very much about where we are in relationship to Earth now, in terms of how it's changing, how we've impacted it on this precipice, in this present, and sitting with that. Here we have the day into dusk, that moment after a rain in the afternoon, in the Ghats, when the sky becomes ripe with moisture, pink and heavy, as the clouds feel like they're melting into gold. And I've actually painted the sky and the shifting pink of clouds with the wind. So it's like the material was literally carried by the wind as I worked outside. And then I've used that same earth mud pink that's regional in an ink-like burst, a liquid burst of viscosity, and then stepped up the intensity and the density into the mud-like, stone-like, actual stone of Rukmani. And that dusk shifts into night, my favorite time to draw, when the forms dissolve and you get both total closeness and intimacy and also total everything, totality in the darkness. There's the most subtle shift of brown oxide in this ground that I hope will allow the viewer to settle and adjust and sensitize to those quietest of changes. In storm falling bodies. It's the phrase from the poem I wrote about this series, titled Thundering Earth. It really is like the storm of the earth. Like the earth is bodies raining upon us, a kind of reckoning, a kind of call and response, a kind of opportunity for the mud to call us to attention and listen. And it begins with a bit of the chaos, the uproar, and settles with finger marks. It's caught in some wind, but then melting, dissolving back into the ground of earth that is also air, that is day, but is also night, heavy, but also light. So it's all of the things that is our body, but is the earth. And then focuses in a serene moment that's singular, is swept up again, but retaining its balance. The intensity rises, but we're left with something to hold on to. So this is about the earth, but it's also about ourselves. It's about the rise and fall of change that we're all beginning to work through in terms of the earth, and that is within our bodies, and it's inviting us to feel where we actually are in this moment on earth.